Hello, hello. Welcome to our I Ching coin toss and oracle readings this evening. You want to introduce yourself, tell us where you're coming from or where you're at. Just getting things set up here for this evening. This is Shelly Liedtke. For those of you who are new, hello, hi Stephanie. How's it going? Hey Catherine. Let's get my cute little card decks out. We have the Inner Wise little cards with us, so we can get little messages there. And how's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. Looks like we have someone else on here too. I'm gonna get a sticky note out really quick so I can write everybody's names down as you hop on. So we can be sure and get everyone when we do the oracle readings. Hey Jessica, it's nice to have you here. Stephanie says, it's going. I've been busy getting spring cleaning done. Oh my goodness, I'm not anywhere near feeling like doing any such of a thing. Kudos for you. Celebration, Stephanie. You're setting a good example for us from your 6'2 profileness. 6'2 profileness. Yeah. You're 6'2, right, Stephanie? Am I remembering correctly? That would be funny if I'm not. Stephanie says, I am procrastinating more than I'm getting done, but it's getting there little by little. Ah, that's how I feel as well. Doing little things every now and again. Yay. Okay. All right, again, our card decks for this evening. Rosie Aronson's Wisdom Keeper deck. Oh, what is that one? That one's adorable. Oh my goodness, it's gate 22. That is transiting right now. Isn't that an adorable picture? Oh my heavens. I like a little heart on her forehead. Rosie did such good work on this. I think I saw a picture of her where she was drawing them, and like they're really big. They're not small pictures. So, and a quick reminder, she has a coloring book for these. I highly recommend checking them out because just look how beautiful they are. They're just gorgeous. So that one is gate 62. Just very lovely. Jessica says, worked, made some food, then cleaned up the flower beds. Wow. Today was productive for me. The nice weather helped. Very lovely. Catherine says, I'm also 6'2". Awesome. I'm doing well. I'm doing a little also. Oh, with cleaning, Catherine? Eye appointment went well. Very nice. Good to hear. Okay. Okay, I'm going to write everyone's names down here. We have, because they'll disappear here in a second. Oh, something. Okay. And I almost thought they were disappearing already. Wouldn't that be wild? We have Stephanie, Catherine, and Jessica, I just saw that you're going to be helping out with a little bit of moderating the group. Thank you for being here with us. So that's very lovely. Let's see. I want to make sure I got everyone. Okay, and Stephanie says, Catherine, I've scheduled my eye exam 4 times in the last month. I haven't rescheduled it again as of yet. Oh. Oh, yeah. We're just delighted to have you here. Okay, I just told this cute little platform to put a sunshine on here. So I'm going to try it again. Oh my heavens. I am not sure why it won't. Yeah. Okay, I guess it's being glitchy today. It won't even let me reply. How funny. Maybe it's because I'm live right now. I don't know. I will go back. Catherine says, I've been having follow-ups to cataract surgery, next appointment in 3 months. Yay. All right. Awesome. Cool. Glad to hear you're having improvements, Catherine. That's very nice. My mom, she went and got cataract surgery, and it didn't give her very much of an improvement. So I think she's a little disappointed. I'm glad to hear that yours is going well. All right, let me see what else I've got going on over here. And of course, we have our inquiry cards. If when it's your turn to do your oracle reading, if you don't have a question in mind, or if you want a question added to your subject of concern, just let me know and we will add the question card or an inquiry card to your reading. And then, of course, we have our lovely crop circle cards, and I can remember what I was trying to say there for a second. Crop circle cards that are pretty cool. These are made in case there's anyone here that hasn't seen them before. They're created from actual crop circles that have been filmed or taken a picture of in fields. And our lovely little angel cards as well. We have crystals, we have transformational butterflies, angel numbers, physical action cards. Okay. All right, so if you want to go ahead and just connect with your heart space for the question or concern that you have in mind for this evening. And we'll go ahead and throw the coins. Real quick, for anyone that may be watching a replay, I believe everyone that's on the call live right now understands we throw 3 coins. I love using these little Chinese coin replicas to do throwing the coins. One side has like a little dragon, firing dragon on one side, and then on the other side there are Chinese symbols. And so the Chinese symbol side we use for heads, and the dragon side we use for tails. And if you want to use, when you're throwing coins for yourself, you can use dimes. You want to use 3 dimes or 3 quarters or 3 nickels or 3 pennies. If you're in another country, then 3 coins of likeness. And you hold your question or concern in your heart space before you roll. And each one of the hexagrams has 6 lines. So I have my little chalkboard ready here, and I'm hoping you can see. So the first hexagram that we will be rolling for will be the energy of where we're moving from regarding this reading. And within each hexagram, there are 6 lines. So you can see first line, second line, third line, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So we roll the coins 6 times, and each time I mark if it is a yin energy, which is a broken line, and it will look like, let me write this. This is probably good. Yin is the broken line, and yang, and we hear people say yin yang or yin yang, and we don't exactly know what it is a lot of the time. So right here, the yin energy is a broken line, so it's that dashed line, and it's the feminine archetypal energy if it's in a hexagram. And then the straight or unbroken line is a yang line, and it represents the masculine archetypal energy. And much like in a computer, we would have the 0 and the 1. So all of our computers run on code. So this is code, and it refers to our bioenergetic code of our physical forms, because each one of the 64 hexagrams has a coding that can be related to a specific DNA coding for like in the gene keys. When you start looking at the codon rings, there's codon rings formed from each of the hexagrams, and it can be directly related to our DNA. So in a nutshell, that is what we're looking at. So the yang lines are active, going like out in the sunshine, doing physical work, like what Jessica was saying. She's working in our garden today. So that is a masculine archetypal or yang activity energy. If we're doing things inside and we're meditating and we're coming into our home or our heart space, that is a yin feminine archetypal energy activity. Okay, there was something else that kind of whisked in while I was talking about that. Let me see, what was it? Let me see if it'll reel back in real quick. Oh, our little disclaimer in the group: anything that we say here in the group, any readings or any information we deliver, you can take or leave. Only intended for educational and or entertainment purposes. And definitely, because we're talking about gene keys, we're talking about the hexagrams and the human design system, and part of that can be related back to our physical form and bringing balance to our lives. Make sure that if you feel like you need to go to a medical or mental health care practitioner, then please do that. And take care of yourself. Use the wisdom of your design to make your decisions. If we say anything here that doesn't ring true, just toss it into out the window and don't worry about it. So, alrighty. Hello, Lindsay. How are you doing? It's nice to have you here. Okay, Lindsay. And then I need to make sure I've got Maria and Maris marked here in case Maria is not able to make it. Okay, so first of all, we're going to roll for our first line. Let's get still and quiet for just a moment and breathe light into your heart space. After all our busy work and running around today, entering the home of your heart. Notice any questions or concerns that you might have come to your mind or that you already are aware of. And like I mentioned last week with God's dish, you can place those concerns in God's dish, just like it's a little bowl. Pretend this is a dish. And just place those concerns right in to that dish. And notice light filling it up. Let the light expand out through your entire auric field to its edges. . Notice the energy fields of everyone here in the group next to you. Send light to them as well, and anyone that's watching the replay. And off in the distance, notice there's light, sparks of light, gentle light, speeding to each one of us in answer to any questions or concerns that we may have in our lives right now. And receiving them into our heart space. Take one nice deep breath. Okay. All right, Lindsay says, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I hope you all are having a great week. I am for myself. It's being interesting. I'm having quite a lot of shifting energy, interesting dreams, etc. So, okay. All right. Thank you, Jessica. We're going to go ahead and roll for the first line in our beginning hexagram. Okay, so we have, get my little code out here. We have 2 tails and 1 head, which is a yin line, yin broken line. Okay, and hold your concern in your heart space or your question. Rolling for the second line. Again, we have 2 tails and a head, which is a yin broken line. For some reason, mentioning the codon rings, there are 21 codon rings, I guess is how you say it, for anyone's mind that was wondering. Okay, and for the third line, we have a changing line. It's 3 heads, which is a yang line, so that is the straight line or unbroken line, changing to a yin line in the new hexagram that we're moving forward towards. Okay, and holding your question or concern in your heart space, the fourth line, and that is 2 tails and a head, which is a yin line or a broken line. And for the fifth line, okay, we have 2 tails and a head, which is the yin line. We have a lot of yin energy in the hexagram this evening. And the 6th line. All right, we have 2 tails and a head. Wow, okay, this is kind of super cool. Lots of yin energy, so feminine archetypal energy, which is open, being receptive, going with the flow, spending cave time. So we will see here, I will refer to our little grid. I'm going to be using this grid and to determine which hexagram, and the image of this is also in the group. If you're wanting to have a copy of it for yourself, you can download and print it out for yourself. So our hexagram, our first hexagram, is Earth above, which is all yin lines. And then we have mountain below. So Earth over mountain. Okay, so mountain is a still, deep inner stillness energy, and earth is an open, receptive, receiving energy. And this is gate 15. So gate 15 is the gate of modesty. It's also the gate of the love of humanity. I'm going to write this on here. And then we're moving towards earth over earth, which is gate 2. So being totally receptive. So moving from the energy of love of all mankind or humanity, the energy of extremes, meaning like if someone has gate 15 in their design, they might have extremes of timing that doesn't match other people's. It has to do with the seasonal changes. So there's the extreme of winter versus summer. So that's an extreme that is very obvious. So very cold versus very hot in the summer. Lindsay says, gate 15 is my design sun gate. Okay, awesome. Oh, now correct me if I'm wrong, Lindsay. Do you have the life theme of love, as I recall? Yes, okay, gate 2, gate of receptivity. Oh, yes, yes, very lovely. Vessel of love. Okay, so here's our result here. We are moving from the gate of the love of humanity or the gate of modesty or extremes. So having extreme things, this or that, hot or cold. I don't know, sometimes we compare love and hate or whatever. So extremes of what's happening, dark and light, those kinds of things. Doesn't necessarily mean, something good or bad or whatever, but those are opposite extremes from one another. And then we're moving toward the gate of receptivity, which is being more open from our heart space, receiving love and abundance, really. Looks like a little interesting mark on my finger. So let's see, gate 15. Lindsay says she has it in her design, and the changing line is the third line. So the third line is always wanting to reach out and connect. So the third line is reaching out to connect. In this case, because we're moving towards gate 2, the third line in gate 2 is open and receptive. So let's see what these say. So gate 15 and the third line, it says being modest, an unwavering commitment to finish what you start. Accomplishing deeds without asserting your supremacy affects the quality of your whole life. So being modest, not making like puffing yourself up or I'm so important or trying to in this hexagram particularly flaunting your affluency or being overly luxurious in the in the way you present yourself or the way you dress or even the vehicle that you would drive or whatever, so that you can just be seen to be rich. So Gate 15 has a tendency towards affluency and having great good fortune. And this individual with gate 15 would have, if they're balanced, would have a tendency to remain modest about their resources and what they have available as their resources in their life. And so that's where the modesty piece comes from. And then it's reaching out towards the third line that it's moving towards in gate 2. And that says patient knowing, acknowledging that life never ceases giving lessons, aligning within your own particular way brings special rewards in your own perfect timing. So trusting timing, divine timing, and inner knowingness. So because the gate 2 is in the knowing circuit, which is right down the middle. Let me see. It's that middle line that you can see, gate 2, inside of, right down the middle of the body graph. So that's part of the knowing circuit. So knowing within yourself that you are open and receptive, you're open to receiving, you have a patient inner knowingness. So we're moving from an unwavering commitment to finish what we start, and having a patient inner knowingness of the openness of all the lessons that life has to bring us. So, and trusting in divine timing. Also, gate 15, the third line is steps 0 and 1 in Gemini. Let's see, no, in Cancer, in the sign of Cancer. Steps 0 and 1 in the sign of Cancer. So it has to do with how you're feeling inside regarding other people around you, community, people that are in your space and out in your community, but it has to do with yourself and what you're changing inside yourself and being modest from within yourself. And then gate 2 and the third line is steps 15 and 16. So this is, again, is the environment, but not associated with the circuitry, but inside yourself still. Focus still inside yourself because of the knowing circuitry, but then also because of the step astrology, it has to do with being open and receptive in your environment, as well as open and receptive to divine spirit. So if you've been receiving dreams or inner guidance from spirit recently, or looking to do that, this is an invitation to move in that direction. Okay, did anyone have any ahas or notice how that is working for you in your life, the energy of that? Jessica says, I have gate 2 in the earth, activated by the earth on my design side. Okay, awesome. Sweet. So for you and Lindsay, you both have it on your design side. So this is your natural way of being. It's your innate, inherited way of being from your ancestral line. So it's natural to you, and you will not be as aware of these activated energies, so to speak, in your life. But your friends and family will probably observe. For Lindsay, having a love of humanity, but you probably already know that you have that. And then Jessica being open and receptive to divine guidance in your life. Jessica, what is the line? I'm curious what the line is. And Lindsay, I don't remember what yours is either. On those two gates, 15 line, like share which, if you're open to doing that, only if you're open to. So the third line, the changing line that we rolled is a line that is open, constantly wanting, not open, but open. I don't know that open is the right thing. It's always reaching out. There we go. It's reaching out to connect with others and their environment all the time. it's risking connecting with other people or things or ideas, whatever the theme of the gate or line is. Lindsay says, yes, I think this is correct. Mine is 15, line 4. Okay, so you would be wanting to connect with or socialize with people from your heart space. And then Jessica, she has gate 2 and the 4th line. So Jessica, you would be open and receptive while you're socializing with other people from your heart space. Jessica says, my personality, Earth is 7, Sun. Oh, do you have the Sphinx? The life theme of the Sphinx? Yes, yes. Okay, very cool, Jessica. You're here to help guide humanity along their way. Okay. And let me read the rest of Jessica's thing. Personality, Earth in gate 7, Sun is 13, and design, Sun is 1. 2 is my driver. Okay. Okay, so you mean it's your unconscious Earth that's your, like, well, if it's your unconscious Earth, then that's what grounds you in your life. It's the foundation upon which your life theme sits for everyone, whatever your unconscious Earth gate is. Okay, beautiful. Lindsay says, the extremes came out a lot when I was younger. I'm more tame now. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Very good. Catherine says, I have gate 5, but it doesn't connect to 15. Okay, so I've been re-listening to Shaitan's lessons. Let me see if I can do this, and we'll practice on Friday. I will practice what I've learned from Shaitan after reviewing. So, Catherine, remind me, do you have your self-centered colored in on your chart? I can't remember if you do. I think you said you did, but I don't want to just assume. You have gate 5, but it doesn't connect to the 15. So when anything is colored in white in our designs, this is a place where we're endeavoring to reach out and connect with others or other energy in our space. This is how we attract relationships to ourselves, because we're thinking that we are missing something, but we're not missing anything. So we're reaching out to connect with others, but also if it's colored in white, or excuse me, if a gate is connected, is colored in and it's connected to a center that is colored in white, then we're speaking on, say if it's on the throat center, we're speaking on behalf of another via the energy of whatever gate is activated. So Catherine, since you have gate 5 activated, okay, no color on the self center, and the sacral center, I don't remember if you have that colored in. I think you do, but if it's colored in, the sacral center is colored in, and you have gate 5 colored in, then you'll have a consistent way of having your own timing in the world. And being out in nature, like you'll want to be out in nature. Say if the sacral center is colored in white and you have the gate 5 colored in, then you'll have a way of using life force energy via another, like your connection with, I can tell I'm going to need to go back and listen to Shaitan again. You'll have a way of using life force energy or connecting with life force energy through other people. It's like if the self center is colored in white, you'll know yourself by the energy of those around you. Catherine says sacral and spleen centers colored, and that's all. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So pure generator. So your gut response is your guiding light, so to speak. Jessica says, so my 2 connects with my 26. The 2 doesn't connect with the 26 in the chart. So let me show you. So the 2 is right here in the knowing circuit, and the 26 is behind it. So you can see that it goes behind it. It's at the bottom corner of the heart center. So it could be going behind it and might appear like it's connected, but it's not. It's like looping behind the 2. Heart is undefined, and the 26 is the only gate I have defined. Okay. All right. So you have an open-hearted way of finding quality products for your community. So finding products on behalf of your community, the value and the quality. Jessica says, okay, that clears up some stuff for me. Okay. Yeah, because that gate 26, it loops behind those 3 gates there, that 15, 2, and 46. They're not connected with each other. Okay. All right. Okay, did anyone have any more questions about charts or anything before we do our oracle readings? And if you have any ahas or anything regarding the 2 hexagrams that we rolled, moving from gate 15, the love of humanity, towards gate 2, opening up our heart space to receive abundance, financial abundance. It's like Mr. Rateki's been talking about. It's time for the light workers to make money, and it has been a challenge with that, the way that things are set up in the world. So looking forward to the energy shifting, and that's what this role overall is talking about, and that as far as I can see. Catherine says, unconscious earth is base for this life. I thought it was personality sun. Okay, so imagine like in the gene keys, the sun, like there's the hologenetic profile. The sun is on the top. It's kind of like if you take your gates and you rock them. It's in the other direction, excuse me. Then you have the sun, and then you have the earth. Let me see, how's that? I don't think that that's on the front of here. Do I have a hologenetic profile? Hang on just a sec. Let me see if I have an example of the hologenetic profile that I don't have marked up in some way. I've drawn all over my own. Let me see. Okay, here's one that Richard gives in the Golden Path program here. Don't necessarily want to use mine, but here we go. All right, so we have the gate 12, excuse me, the sun, you're in your life theme, and we're looking at this top gate and our evolutionary gate, and then our radiance over here, and our purpose, our life purpose. So this basically is your conscious sun gate. This one is your conscious earth gate. And we cross a veil over here to our unconscious sun gate, and then down to our unconscious earth gate. So you can see everything sits on your life purpose, which is your unconscious earth gate. So just taking only those 4 gates. Don't look at these other ones inside of here. We're only looking at the 4 of your life purpose. So everything sits on the fulfillment or the connection with or being open and receptive to fulfilling your divine life purpose. So you can see right here, this is the activation sequence that we're talking about. The second one here is, it's hard to, with the camera, it's like everything's backwards. This is the Venus sequence, and this is the Pearl sequence. So we're only talking about that top one, which is the activation sequence. Okay. Jessica says, like a Venus chart, I'm not certain. We're talking about the Gene Keys Golden Path. Catherine says, oh, thanks. I have a chart like that. Yes. So that's what we're talking about. Jessica says, I can understand it better in the sequence. Yes. Yeah. Richard lays it out very beautifully there. But everything you can see sits on the your life purpose there, your unconscious earth gate. Okay, hopefully I can glue everything back where it belonged after I took it all out. Okay. So going back and forth between the human design system and the gene keys, they support one another. And if you're coming from the human design system, the gene keys can add more spiritual awareness to your design. And if you're coming from the gene keys, some people connect with gene keys before human design. Gene keys comes from the human design system, and it has less activation details, planetary activations. Stephanie says, I like going back and forth. Yes, I synergize both of them. I love using them together, and they make more sense when they're meshed together, which is why I use them both together. All right. Let me make sure that I have everybody on the list for oracle readings. Okay. Jessica, let's see. Stephanie says, poke in astrology with it, and it is mind-blowing. Oh, definitely. Yep, I especially love the, I agree with Stephanie. I love adding the step astrology to the human design system, which is why I mention it while we're doing classes and stuff in here in our group. Jessica says, I'm learning both at the same time, but lately I've been spending more time with gene keys. I did that for a while as well. Yeah, especially listening to Richard's audios and everything. And I really got dumped into the deep end of the pool with both human design and gene keys at the very beginning. Like I ended up, I ended up going live to Vancouver to the 7 Sacred Seals, and I didn't even know it was the Venus sequence. I didn't know what it was. I just knew that gate 22 had to do with everything, and there's so much gate 22 rulership theme dominating in my family, our soul family line that we're here. And it's really quite crazy because the reason I say that my soul group is living a karmic, or as far as I can tell, we're tying up the whiptail ends of a very long karmic line of experiences, if you will, in our soul group, because most of our family members, like the children that are like my siblings, their children are not having children. There's only a couple of them that have had children, and most of them have, like, they're not having children, they're not interested in having children. It's like the line is stopping on both sides of the family, of my husband's and my family. So it's very, very fascinating to watch patterns like that. And the gate 22 energy is very prominent in our family, both in my husband's and in my family in particular. So it's really interesting to look at these patterns and to notice what's happening. And the gate 22 is the culmination of the Venus sequence. And I believe we've still got the sun activating gate 22 right now. So it's a very good subject. Gate 22 is the gate of graciousness, being open to receiving grace from the divine, basically. I like to call it the Cinderella gate because Cinderella, in her struggles, she remained gracious and lovely, even though she was experiencing a mean stepmother and ugly stepsisters, right? The environment wasn't very nice. And yet she still remained gracious and took responsibility for her land and her property and continued working, even though it appeared, right? It had appeared that it had been taken from her, but in the end, divine will prevailed and she was taken care of through grace. So Jessica says, my son has gate 22 personality son. Beautiful. He just turned 25 last Saturday. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, my son, he had his birthday on Sunday. My brother as well. We have a nephew. My mom, excuse me, he had his birthday on Saturday as well, and my mom on Sunday. And there's other family members. We all have, there's birthdays there as well. So it's very cool to stop and look at what's happening and to get to know each other from that point of view. Very beautiful. Okay, so Stephanie, you were the first one to hop on this evening, and I don't have a time restriction tonight, so we can take our time with each other this evening. And if you want to choose a couple of cards to do your reading from, then that would be great. Lindsay said, wow, lots of March 9th birthdays. That's my dad's B-day. Okay. Sounds like, Lindsay, you've got a little bit of the 22 in your little veins as well. I've never said it that way, but that's hilarious. Okay. Dealer's choice. Okay. I'm a dealer, huh? That's funny. Okay, let me see. Feels like an inquiry card, Stephanie. Jessica says, my nephew's was the 8th, so I guess he has the same. Yes. It was peaceful, easy key to reflect on. Yes, very good. All right, so inquiry card and a physical action card. Lindsay says, yes, 22 is my personality moon. Oh, very lovely. Wow, we've got a lot of 22 energy running around in the room tonight. Okay. I feel compelled all of a sudden to look at 22 and see which step frequencies those are, because, let's see. Okay, if they were born on the 8th, then they would have been step 17, which is committing to something, like, and being open or coming from your heart with connecting from spirit guidance. And then if it's a second line, then it would be step 17 and 18, pardon me. So again, being committed to spirit guidance from your heart, and then the 18 is taking action on your commitments from your heart. Then line 3, which is steps 18 and 19, which again is taking action on commitments from your heart. And the 19, which is manifesting what you're taking action on from your heart. So it's net 10. And then the 4th line is, again, step 19, which is manifesting and taking action on what your heart really loves. And then the step 20 for the 4th line as well, which is taking care of and watching over how you feel about being gracious or having graciousness in your life. And then the fifth line is step 20, which again is taking care of and watching over your emotions in your environment and regarding the future. And then step 21, which is believing your heart and how you feel regarding the future. And then the sixth line in gate 22 is 21, step 21 in the astro step frequency. And that is believing again in your heart about what you feel regarding the future. And then step 22, which is where you belong feeling about the future. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay, Stephanie, back to you. Stephanie says, 22, line 1 is my personality Mercury. So that's how you share things out in the world from a foundation of graciousness, Stephanie. That's how you speak and you share out in the world or deliver messages. And then Jessica says, gate 22, line 2, it's my personality South Node. So you've been coming from graciousness in your life and being charming. So it's the line of charming. That's really cool. You can see why I like referring to this as the Cinderella gate. So the natural ability to embellish and adorn. Very awesome. Would you like to decorate things up, Jessica? Like decorate your room, your space, your house, your clothing. Okay. All right. So if everyone wants to send Stephanie some light, and Stephanie, hold your question in mind or your concern for yourself, your greatest concern that you have right now. Okay. Jessica says, not really. You're probably playing it out on some degree, so especially when you were a child. Okay, lots of plants and chills. That's what we're talking about. Your flavor of decoration. All right, Stephanie, your inquiry card. And I might add another something or other on here. Oh, 2 questions popped out. Let's see what they are. What am I looking for? And what's the next step? Oh, that we've got to be able to read it. Hang on just a sec. Let me set that up properly. There we go. All right. So what am I looking for and what's the next step? Those are kind of similar questions. I like the colors here. They're kind of the opposite spectrum, really, on the color wheel. One's very grounded, like what are you wanting to ground into? What's the next step? Like, but also there's pink there coming from your heart space. And what are you looking for? So having to do with connecting with your third eye energy coming from your heart space. Stephanie says, I like the contrast. Yes. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Let's see. Do you know what? I feel like something else needs to, like an angel card or something before we do an action card here. That was kind of a interesting little setup. Let's get an angel message here. What's the next step and what am I looking for? You might know at the conscious level what you're looking for. Let's see what the angel says. Which angel? That one right there. This is the angel of strength. Okay, there's an odd little story and an experience I had that's coming to me to share. I'm not sure why. Maybe you'll know why, or maybe it will help someone else. I don't know. But I was in deep meditation, clear back. It was probably in 99 or 2000 or something like that. And I believe I was soaking in the tub at the time, but which, you know, can be very relaxing. And all of a sudden, God, you know, whatever realm you want to say, God creator, it was like he was in front of me, and all of a sudden, next thing I knew, he was putting his hand in my mouth, like his thumb, and he was pushing on my back molar, and he rocked his thumb forward, and he said, "Be ye strong." And I believe the molars are, the reflex points are the digestive tract, but don't quote me on that, whatever they are. I'm not certain why I was shown that to share that right now, but the phrase here, the active phrase, is "be ye strong." So let's hear what this angel has to say for you. Okay, so the angel of strength, check which paragraphs. You now have, beyond your normal capacity, the strength to produce positive results. You are greatly supported. Potent power, intensely effective for manifesting, is yours for the asking. So don't forget to ask. So the guidance here is you have great inner strength available to you, and to ask for it. The guidance is be sure to ask for support and connect with that inner strength within yourself as you move forward. And let's get your physical action card here to ground it all in for what's the next step. It feels like the physical action card is for what's the next step. Okay. And it's a stretch. So maybe take a little bit of time this evening and stretch. Sit down on the floor or walk and stretch, or whatever your favorite way of doing that is. And notice any ideas that come to you, your dreams, or anything in your outer reality, a pattern that might show up for you with more information. Okay. Was that helpful, Stephanie? Hopefully it was. Okay. Tuck that back in the deck. All right. Very good. All right. So, Catherine, how can I help you this evening? Is there a particular card decks or anything here that you were drawn to when I was showing them? Inner Wise and Angel card. Okay. We'll get those out. Stephanie says, I'm still here but cooking, so back and forth. Okay, thanks for letting me know. All right, so Catherine, do you want me to dump these little cards out in the box? So it's a true random thing here. Right now they're in a tray. Okay. So just hold your question or concern in your heart space, Catherine. And everyone, I invite you to send Catherine some light for her answer to her concern or question. Okay. It says number 108. I don't know if the camera will focus on that. There we go. 108. And again, it's Uwe Albrecht's Inner Wise little box that he has. 108. Okay, so this is an archangel. Archangel Raphael. So connecting with Archangel Raphael. I can't remember the color. I think green is coming to me. If anyone knows, feel welcome to put that in the thread. The statement or affirmation is, my body, mind, and soul are healing. So opening up and welcoming healing energy. That sounds perfect for you, Catherine. Wow. Raphael, I do believe it is green. Archangel Raphael, I believe, is green. Okay, my body, mind, and soul are healing. That's the statement for Raphael. And then let's get our angel numbers for number 108. And I'm looking in Doreen Virtue's angel numbers. I love this pink copy that she made. It says, your beliefs and mindset around God bring many forms of abundance to you. Like the Creator, you can share this wealth with others in many ways. Stay positive and teach others to hold positive thoughts about material supply as well. So being open to the abundance in the universe and being open and receptive to receiving that and helping other people understand how abundant the universe is as well. And then an angel card. And just let us know if any of this is ringing true for you, Catherine. Catherine says, wow, I have worked with Archangel Raphael a lot in the past. Yes, his color is green. Beautiful. It feels very calming. Like the energy is calm. Okay, let's see what angel message comes through for you. Which other angel here? Balance, the angel of balance. Okay, look in our little book. Okay, checking the paragraphs. Okay, it says, past negativity may serve to balance some aspect of yourself if you choose to be aware and learn from it. From the center of your being, you will find the balance you need to walk your path of life in harmony. Take time to find this center within you. It is worth the effort. So being balanced from within your heart space, like it suggests here, maybe even take a walk. If there's negativity that you feel has been pushing you out of balance, then see and notice where the treasure is within it. Like, how is this bringing benefit to you? What have you learned from the experience? Even though it was a negative, something unpleasant or uncomfortable, what is the light that's shone through that experience that's helped you in your life where you are, and brought an even greater understanding or a learning experience into your life? Catherine says, I asked about balance and healing of body, mind, and soul. So that was the focus point of your question? Is that what you're saying, Catherine? Oh my goodness. If so, wow. And do you feel like you got the answer you were looking for from what we got here? Like it seems like it's validating then. Because this statement, it says, my body, mind, and soul are healing. Okay, beautiful. Very cool. Love it. Hey. I so love using these I'm going to say apparently random card draws, because quite often when you pull them out and look how many like options, like, and to have like a message come through, like, because there's so many options that could have come through, and to have the exact message that you needed is absolutely beautiful. I just love it. So it's the main reason that I play with all this. I delight in the apparent randomness. Catherine says, absolutely, I can, and I can process a few of my Cinderella situations from the past. Yes. Yeah. All right. So cool. So cool. Okay, Jessica, are you still here with us? Looks like someone keeps bopping in and out. When we're on Facebook, I can't tell. It only gives me a number of how many viewers. I don't know. It doesn't give me names or anything. So, all right. Wait just a moment, Jessica. Okay. Yep. Anything is fine. All righty. Okay. So the alphabet card deck is jumping out at me. So we'll use Vimala's alphabet card deck, and I'll pull out her kit, and then it feels like something else, but we'll do this first, and then I'll see what other card. If everyone can send Jessica some light for her concerns or questions that she has in her life right now. You got the letter J. That's pretty cool, because that's the first letter of your name. So the letter J has to do with intuitive knowing. So deep inner knowingness, listening to your intuition. And because that's the first letter of your name, also, this is the energy that you carry in your lifetime as well. And let's see if we can get the camera to focus properly. The affirmation, it says, I listen attentively to the promptings of my intuition. So I can only guess, because you're in this group, that you endeavor all the time to listen to your intuition, but you do it extra because you have the energy of the letter J in your life as well. Let me grab my little kit here. Pull out the book. And again, Vimala's kit is no longer in print, but if you can find a copy, then blessings be. So this is Vimala's book. This is what it'll look like, and it actually used to come in a box. It had CDs. I'll show you the box in case you're able to find one. And this is what it looks like. So you can see a sample of the font down here. So she created this font. She started noticing the energies of letters from literally age 2 on, probably before then. But she shares the story of that she used to, it was back when the milkman would come to the porch and deliver the milk order for the families. And the milkman would leave a note, or her mom would leave a note for the milkman for the next order or whatever it was. And Vimala would take those notes, and she, as a little toddler, and put them in a box under her bed, I believe she said. And she started collecting handwriting samples. So, uh, anyway, I thought that was a cute little story that she shares with her students. Jessica says, just what a Sphinx is supposed to do. Yes, listen to your inner guidance. So let's see in Vimala's book here what the further guidance is for the letter J and your guardian protector. So your guardian protector for the letter J that you can connect with is Raphael. Oh my goodness, imagine that. Imagine that, you guys. Heaven's sake. Okay, so Catherine, you can add the letter J, okay? Here, I'm going to hold it up so you can see how to draw it. Okay, let me see if the camera will focus on it. There we go. So it's almost like a little shoelace tie. So it starts right here, goes up, and then down, and then back up again like you're tying a little shoelace. And this is at the earth line. So they cross right there and actually leave a little teeny tiny, it doesn't show on here on this card, but in the font, when I use the font on my computer, it leaves a little teeny tiny opening of a triangle there. So where you can get your intuitive hits through. Yeah, it is beautiful. I love, love, love drawing the letter J. Catherine says, I'm surrounded by Joe, Joseph, Jeanette, and Josh. Oh my goodness gracious. There you go. Okay, so guardian protector or archangel Raphael for our letter J. Okay, so Raphael is the angel of inner healing. There you go. There you go, Catherine. For both of you, for Jessica as well, maybe you're living a lifetime of inner healing. So the message here, it says inner healing does not have to do with the pancreas, liver, or other inner organ. It is a healing that occurs as a result of the purification of attitudes. So showing up with the correct attitude, the correct timing, the release of judgments, guilt, blame, and similar self-deprecating tendencies that can prevent you from touching base with the child of God that you are. Raphael's job is to provide a well of deep inner peace beneath any chaos that life may hold, allowing you to venture inward when circumstances try to pull you down. If this is a common occurrence in your life, you might want to strike up an acquaintance with her. Angels not only listen, they respond in the most unexpected ways. So looking for unexpected intuitive inner hits. Your spirit animal here is the bear. By quietly being in the space, let me back up. Hibernation, so taking time, cave time for yourself is the guidance here, and doing so on a regular basis, especially when things get a bit rocky. Okay, let me see if anything else here jumps out at me. The alphabetical family, the letter J is the fourth member of the family of insight. So it's inner insight, inner intuitiveness, and supports you in going within for answers rather than looking around outside for yourself for the answers. Okay, and labradorite is the gemstone crystal. Okay, very beautiful. Okay. Does that need anything else? Let's get you a key. Catherine says, and Janet. Oh, you found another J in your family. Okay. Remember, so this key doesn't have a word on it, but I like to use this key for connecting with the divine in you, which is where all those intuitive answers come from. Okay, so making sure, I love that there's like a little crown on there. I believe I got this key from Elijah when I purchased, not this deck, but he has, excuse me, I just threw it on the floor. He has like a game board that goes with the Gene Keys materials, and this key came with that game board. So, okay. All right. Beautiful. So treat yourself like the queen that you are, the child of God that you are, connecting with Raphael for deep inner healing. Beautiful. And that is the energy that you carry in your life because of the first letter of your name. Very beautiful. Yeah. Lindsay says, my sister is named Julie. All these J's. Gate 22s. J's tonight. Very lovely. Inner intuition, individuality, openness, receptivity. Very lovely. Okay, Lindsay, you are next. So let me know what you felt drawn to for your reading. Lindsay says, okay, great. Can I have a Wisdom Keeper card and Angel card? Definitely. Okay. Set them out here together. Wisdom Keeper card. Everyone, if you'd like to send Lindsay some light. And Lindsay, hold your concern or question in your card space. Okay. There. Lindsay said, I do feel some light coming in. Thank you, everyone. Oh, for sure. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Angel card. That one right there. And I'm going to choose a crystal to go with all of this. Okay. So it's a tiger agate. Red tiger agate. I don't know if that's gonna, you can see how shiny. Oh, there we go. Wow. It's a beautiful piece. And let's see. Well, this is interesting. Equilibrium. So more balance coming through. So this is Gene Key 50, the gate of values in the human design system as well. So bringing values into the community that will support the community and nourish the community from holding high values and principles. So when someone has the gate 50, a good activity for the gate 50 is to literally pull out a piece of paper and go ahead and make a list of what you find valuable, like principles and guidelines that you follow, and pretend that if you had nieces or nephews or your own children sitting in front of you, and what are the most important guiding values and principles that you would say to them. Like if it was the last day in your life and these are the most important things that you would want to say to them right now, what would that be that you could deliver to them that would be the most important values that they can live life from? So that would be the invitation here. In the I Ching, this is the gate of the cauldron. So, or the Ting, meaning if you can vision a small village, a Chinese village, if you will, and in the middle of the village, there's a town square and there's a big, huge cauldron. And in peaceful times, there would be sand in the cauldron and they would burn incense. But if there was an emergency, say like a flood or a big storm, and maybe somebody's house got knocked down or plants, farmland got ruined, food, crops, whatever, or there was a fire or something, then they would dump the sand out, scour it out, and make soup and feed everyone while the emergency was taken care of. And the crops replanted or the home rebuilt or whatever it was that needed to happen. So restoring balance through values and through nourishing the tribe or the community there. And then the card drawn out here for the angel is the angel of spirituality. So nourishing your tribe or community from the space of heartfelt spirituality or connecting with the divine. So let's see what the angel of spirituality has for you this evening. It says, renew the spirit within you, refine your thoughts and feelings, elevate your thinking, and refuse to be dragged down by life's challenges. This is a perfect time to make order out of chaos. Okay, that is the paragraph that says, so there's lots of crazy stuff happening in the world right now. It's really easy to let ourselves get bogged down in that. And so renewing the guidance here is renewing your connection with spirit guidance and listening to that, making sure that you're holding those positive thoughts in your heart mind. I like to say, notice what's dancing across the stage in your mind, and if you don't like the show, then change the channel, like change the players on the stage, and hold your thoughts in a high vibratory resonance. In our Chiron study group, Stephanie changed the group's name to Chiron Study Group, which you probably already noticed, but I've been sharing some of Jake Ducey's videos and his little suggestions that he has with his beautiful graphics he's been sharing lately. But he is a good person to go and watch a bunch of his videos on YouTube or on his Facebook channel and lift yourself up if you're feeling down. And also, I like the suggestion here. It says this is a perfect time to make order out of chaos. So if there's something that you've been feeling like is all over the place, then bring some grounding energy in by connecting with Divine Spirit, which is a suggestion here through this red tiger agate, and restore that balance, bring equilibrium in your life. Okay. Because gate 50 is connected with the spleen center, I would say at the physical level. So if there's chaos at the physical level, then the opposite, reflexing center is the emotion center, and that's the spiritual energy from our emotional solar plexus chakra. So combining the two, not just physical, and not just spiritual, but bringing them together to restore balance in your life through spirit guidance and grounding yourself in that. Okay. Lindsay says, okay, sounds good. Wow, that's a cool story with the cauldron. Yeah, I love that story. Lindsay says, I love that, and I completely agree. And I have high values as a Virgo. Very good. Yeah, very physical energy. But remember to bring in and ground the spiritual aspect in your life as well. So you're not just lost in, in whatever it appears is going wrong. Sometimes it just appears to be going wrong, and it's not really going wrong. So bringing balance to things that seem or appear like they're out of balance, or maybe they're actually out of balance, and some physical measure needs to be applied to correct it. So, okay, very good. All right. You're so welcome, Lindsay. Okay, before I do readings for Maria and Maris, is there anything else for anyone else that's here? Like, do you have any other questions about your charts, or you know, if we need to, we can pull some more cards or whatever, but you're welcome to say something right now, and then I will move to do Maria and Maris's readings as well. Okay. Okay. All right, Jessica. Okay. Feels like we're at a good place. Catherine says, my birth name started with a G. You're curious what the G says. Okay. Well, in the alphabet, the G has to do with gratitude, of all things, right? So let's see. All right. So the G, it says prosperity on all levels of our being. If the camera will focus on this. There we go. Prosperity on levels of our being. So open and receptive to receiving prosperity, like we've been talking about this evening. That was a good direction to go, Catherine. And then the affirmation that Vimla has given us for the letter G, everything in my life is a gift, everything. Interesting. Let me see. I don't think that's a typo. I think that's why it's got the gratitude element to it. Let me look in here and see if we can get more information about that statement. Oh, this is just a dash, like dash, everything, not hyphenation. Okay, so everything in my life is a gift, meaning everything, both the pleasant and the unpleasant, things we like as well as things we don't like. Everything is a gift. There we go. So it's prosperity on all levels of our being. Graciousness and grace. Spiritual growth in spurts and sweeping clean our karmic path. Generosity flows naturally from gratitude, which rolls out the red carpet for prosperity. And I would agree. Okay, let's see. It has a masculine archetypal energy. It is the fourth member of the family of communication and the first letter in that family to drop into the lower zone, the zone of relationships. So what she's talking about here is the lowercase g drops down into the lower zone. So that's what she's referring to there. When you write the letter G, you write it just like you would the letter C, and everything is open, no curlies or anything. Then you lift up your pen and come here right into the center and bring this little swish down, not touching that main piece there. And then the lowercase g, you start up here at the top and then go down, make a nice big bag, which is called a money bag, and then up and to the right. So everything moves up and to the right. That's somewhat of an Aries energy, up and to the right. Keep things going up, flowing up and up and up, raising the vibratory resonance. And the guardian protector, let me see if I can say this right, is Oniemme. It's spelled O-O-N-I-E-M-M-E, Oniemme. Catherine says, my birth name was Grace. I changed it to Catherine Rose after I had a spiritual message. You know, I think it's kind of along the same thing though, Catherine. Roses have always been said, you know, seen as graciousness. Do you remember in Sleeping Beauty when the fairies, they're looking for her? Her name is Aurora, right? Aurora Rose. And what are they doing? They're calling for her in the forest and saying, Rose, Rose, Rose. So it's along the same line as this Cinderella thing, this graciousness and grace. It's very beautiful, Catherine. So Oniemme is the angel of gratitude. What do you give thanks for? It's natural to give thanks for parking places, green lights, and delightful relationships. But what about that toothache? The boss who simply doesn't listen, the raise you didn't get, and those pounds you seem unable to lose. I'm going to put an LOL on there. Oniemme's job is to allow you to see everyone and everything in your life as gifts designed especially for you, and to accept them as that, gifts. When something drops into your life that you want to wish away, call on Oniemme to have you see it as a lesson that will boost your spiritual growth and fill you with the feeling of gratitude. Very beautiful. So, a life of gratitude, Catherine. Very, very awesome. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do Maria's reading for her. Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah. Okay. So for Maria, I am getting the Inner Wise card. So I'm going to move them around here so I get a nice mixing up. Okay. Let's see. I need to look at the time here so I can tell her. All right, so I got Inner Wise number 116. So let's see what message that is. This is a fascinating little book. If he's still making these, I just really enjoyed having this little set. So it says Sounds of Celestial Bodies section. So number 116 is the sun tone, or tone H, which is 126.22 hertz. So having a tuning fork, I don't know if you can find anyone online making that absolute tone. So I don't know how to find that. Maybe he has it on his website. I don't know, Innerwise. So the message here, it says the sound of the source. The source radiates the light that dissolves the darkness. Life force, energy, and growth. Opening up to new dimensions. I'm going to have to say that follows the theme of what we've been having overall in our group this evening, because source energy is at the self center. So if someone is a projector with inner self clarity, they are connected straight to source through the self center. So that makes them somewhat vulnerable, because when they speak, they're speaking straight from source and from their heart, okay? And then we have life force energy. And if you notice inside of the body graph, let me put I still have gate 22 showing here. But if you notice on the body graph, I don't know if that's going to show it. You can see the little rays of light coming in They all meet at the self center. Every one of them. So all of them are receiving light to ourselves. We literally are the center of our universe, but we're also radiating out light. See? Light rays. So this self center is the center of love, boundaries, where we belong, who we are, knowing who we are, grounded in ourself and being ourself. Regardless of whether the self center on your body graph is colored in white or not. So it won't matter one way or the other. So it's interesting that this here for Maria, this is the sound of source. The source radiates the light that dissolves the darkness. So like Dumbledore says, turn on the light. If there's darkness, turn on the light. Life force, energy, and growth, opening up to new dimensions. So opening up to a new way of looking or at things, or a new place of belonging is more like it. Like, where are you feeling you belong, and being open to where spirit is guiding that you belong, and not just where you think you belong. So the angel number 116 is your optimism, affirmations, and visualizations create a steady flow of material supply. You have the power to manifest anything you need now and in the future. Oh, that's super cool. That's super cool. Holding the space of that for Maria, if everyone wants to send Maria some light for that. And let me see if there's anything else. Transformation butterfly. Let's see, which butterfly? Oh, I love this one. So connecting, notice all the blue, and there's little tinges of blue. So verbalizing how you feel, and then white, connecting with, connecting with the divine, and holding the space of being able to receive what you need, being open to receive and feel it, like feel inside yourself what you need. That's what it is. Hold the feeling of what it is that you're looking to experience in your life and focus on that. Okay. That you have all the material supplies coming to you that you require from divine source, and trusting that you have all things provided for you. That was a beautiful reading as well. Awesome. So if anyone else, you can connect with any of these messages as well for yourself. Okay. And let's see, for Maris, I'm gonna refer to the Little Book of Changes, and let's see. I'm gonna pull out Elijah's card deck and see which hexagram to focus on. I'm gonna have to say this Little Book of Changes by Peter Crisp has been the most delightful I Ching book that I have. Like, I love how he presents the concepts and the archetypal energies for the hexagrams. He does a beautiful job. You can almost, like, he has a sense of humor or something. I don't know. I just really love it. Okay. Oh, Keeping Still Mountain. That was the lower hexagram, the lower trigram in our hexagram 15 tonight, our gate 15 in our draw. So let me see. Keeping Still Mountain. So what's coming to me for you, Maris, is go within, like spend some cave time, taking care of yourself. If anything's been stressing you out, enter the stillness within yourself and access that from within yourself. The mountain actually is a hexagram. So any of these trigrams, they each have a hexagram. So it would be mountain above and mountain below as well. So let's see what Mr. Crisp has to say for keeping still mountain. It says the book says, take some time. Forget your anxiety about the future. Let go of your anguish about the past. Focus on the moment called now. The book sees you like a sacred mountain, serene, rising above the conflicts, the confusions of your world, solid as a rock. The book suggests your restless heart needs to be still for you to feel tranquil, safe at home, far from the madding crowd. Find a peaceful spot, keeping the spine straight, and breathe. As the conflicting opinions in your head begin to subside, your clarity will arise, the sacred mountain within. And I will get our cube dice and roll that for our line of focus. The third line, so reaching out to connect. And it says, try not to try too hard. So try not to try too hard. Drop the shoulders, so becoming more relaxed. When you can relax into your meditation, a natural feeling of calmness will arise. And that will open a space, like Bruce Lipton says, you know, once you relax inside yourself, all your cellular structure can relax and take you out of that emergency mode that takes you out of your awareness, divine awareness, and bringing you back into your center where you can receive and be open to receiving and reach out and connect with divine spirit from your heart space. Beautiful. Well, very cool. Okay, my dears, thank you so much for being here this evening. I've had some lovely messages for everyone tonight. And hopefully it was very helpful for all of you. I know it was for me, and I love connecting with you all here. Let's see, Friday morning we will have study group. Last week I was traveling. We went to southern Utah to visit with our children and spend time in Zion Canyon, which is absolutely insanely gorgeous. I just love it there. And you are so welcome, Jessica. And then also Christopher has Namaste Today Friday evening, and Catherine has a class. Tell me what time. Not Catherine, excuse me. Pardon me, Linda. Linda has a class Thursday evening. If Stephanie's here, I'm not sure, so look in the group. It's, oh, I thought it was evening. Okay, thank you, Lynn. I mean, oh my goodness gracious, I'm getting all mixed up. Stephanie. So Linda is one of our new moderators in the group, Linda Oliver, and she's going to be coming on and visiting with us on a regular basis, is my understanding, regarding consciousness and awareness. And it will be 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So there we go. I think I finally spit it out correctly. Correct me if I did not, Stephanie. Anyway, I got to visit with Linda. She's absolutely lovely. And she has been doing the Gene Keys as well. Okay, so her class is Quantum Leaps in Wellness. Very beautiful. I love it. Okay, and then next Wednesday, of course, Oracle readings, and let's see. I don't think there's anything else. If anyone wants human design readings or anything, just reach out to me and I'll give you the booking link to use for that. And thank you all for being here, and we will see you later. Have an awesome weekend and week. So, okay.